Hey people, I took a day off today to go get a haircut and get my berries picked. I got another week of berries before I can cut my grass. It's about 4 foot tall now. I've been working a lot. I haven't been reading a whole lot, but I got a little bit of information I'm gonna get y'all. But I just thought I'd show you what I've been doing. As I've been leaving for work every morning, this is what I've been looking at. These berries been getting prettier. They're just blackening on up. And I knew I had to take a day off to get my berries out one morning. So this is my front door. I don't cut my grass, and I love berries more than I do people, I guess. So I let them grow. The trick is to pick them on a day, a couple days after rain, before it rains, is when they're the sweetest. So it takes me about 15 minutes and I can collect a coffee can full and never have to change out of my pajamas. So I shot this at my friend's house where I'm fixing her roof. And I shot this for Intelligent Counterspell. He's a subscriber. And he specializes in his fish tank videos, and these are just the happiest fish. I've been staying there in this fish room while I've been working, and these fish never quit. Day and night you can hear them raising hell. They're loving life. They're always active. So I just come back from lunch break. I had about 56 ounces of margarita and a big old beer, so I'm feeling pretty good. And I met a new girl working there. I haven't seen her since she was about 4 years old. She had to tell me who she was, give me her name, before I realized who she was. But last night, President Biden was bragging about how many jobs he's created. And if y'all don't believe President Biden created a lot of jobs, if anybody's needing a job, come on down to South Mississippi. Everybody's hiring. We can't get anybody to work. All the restaurants are hiring help. All the food service needs help. I talked to my brother-in-law today, and he said he can't find any help. He's a painter in construction. And nobody wants to work because Biden created all these jobs by giving everybody a check to stay home so you don't have to go to work. So this is what's going on with steel. I took this picture. It was taped on the counter of my steel supplier, effective April 20th, 2021. Price quotes are valid for 24 hours. It means that the metal prices are fluctuating so fast. If I try to quote a job, when I call in for a price for the materials, I have 24 hours to confirm that, to say, yeah, fix me those materials up, or it's liable to change. The prices are changing. They're fluctuating so fast. If you were watching my movies on this standing seam metal roof and installation, I got rained out, but I just found these pictures that I took that I missed. But this is why I had to make this custom catch here, this stoop to catch the water coming off this higher roof. And so on this piece of flash, and it's formed to fit into waterproof on this lower roof. And this upper, I put a hem on it, and so all of these panels, they get folded under, so it all seals, it gets caulked, and they also fold under. So when this nails down, this corrugation, it screws down on this wood, and this corrugation holds this down, and so it keeps, a hurricane can't blow this up. This is a 26 gauge steel, and so the screw in this corrugation holds this down, and so this seam's, it's screwed down every 16 inches. underneath it. You don't see it, so it can't get caught by the wind in a hurricane and blow up. And so that's what this is, a little custom stoop that I had to build in order to get this water to run off of this upper roof and down into this pan without leaking. So it was an emergency. The rain was pouring down. I had to get this closed in. And I was working in a dark warehouse. I didn't realize I had wrong color metal. But I'll build another one, and it'll just snap over this and get it the same color, this ash gray color, to match up. So when I was on lunch break one day, I caught the Trump train out there in Long Beach. I had to get a picture of the Queen with her Trump hat. And this is old Pete. He's an old musician. I've been watching him play in the nightclubs for many years. So I'll be back at this job tomorrow, and I'm going to shoot a little bit on how to measure for replacement windows. And replacement, if you got old windows, they're a must. They're going to save you money and heat and cooling cost if you got them old 1960 windows. And my friend loves some blackberry cobbler, so I might even get a video of a simple blackberry cobbler my mama taught me how to make when I was about 10 years old. So this is my old drunken day off rant. I thought I'd throw a little bit of what I specialize in, this old Hebrew. In this Jobs 20 I've been reading here. This line, this key, I tell you it means giving. The K is the giving, and the yod is the hand, the giving hand. And so this line gives a better idea of what it means. This says the key, is given. It is given. Rennet, raso is from core of, MQRUV. So, you read old poetry, old writings, and when they say it, given, it means it is given, it is a fact that. Key, it's a given. Rennet. Rennet is the ancient word for an old apple. The apple, given, rennet, raso is, RSOIS. The final M reads as a S, and it means is, to make from. Yod, to make, and M is from. And so it is. Raso is red. Raso is. Give the rennet, raso is, from core of. And so there's a whole bunch of type of rennet apples. And some of these old rennet apples, they was red all the way to the core. And so ancient poets, they're discussing something and given. Yes, we acknowledge that. There's no argument that it is given. Rennet, raso is, red is, from the core of. From, Q means center. First, R, first, Vav, connected in. From the center, first connected in is from the core, QR, UV, from the core of. It is a given that the rennet apple, raso, red is from the core of. There's no argument here. And then US, Vav, WU or V, the Vav means connected, and the S, Shin, is to consume. And to consume, Vav, to consume is to use something. When you're using something, you're consuming it. To consume from it. To consume from it. Use from it. To use from it, HN is on, is ON, on, is, to divide, H, divide, and cycle. In a divided cycle, a week is a cycle, and to divide that cycle would be, just on that day. A divided cycle is on. So, it was on that day, and that's where your word on come from, is is HN, is on P, is on PODY, is on potty. And so potty is the masculine term for huzzy. Potty is slang for a fit of temper, or a potty is something you would call an Irishman is a potty or patty. But a potty is also something that a child uses. And so given the rennet red is from the core of, and use from it on the potty, and then backwards and forwards is the ogre, OGR, the ogre go. And so an ogre is like Shrek. Shrek was an ogre. And it's an ancient word, ogre is an ancient French word. Ogre, is a man-eating giant. But it's also just, a cruel or terrifying person. But it's also, just a dreaded person or object, a dreaded object. Something to be dreaded, something is not liked, is dreaded. And so given, the apple a day keeps the ogre away. OGR, the ogre go. To given the rennet red is from the core of, and use from it on potty, ogre go. So the potty, a fit of temper, and use from it on potty, the ogre, the fit of temper, the ogre, the dreaded go. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, but not just any apple, but the rennet that is red from the core. Not every apple, but this apple that was red all the way through kept the doctor away. Kept the ogre, made the ogre go. Oh, red rennet. So it seems that more is unknown about these rennet apples than is known. Everything in red here means Wiki doesn't have a page on it. And just the ones in blue it has a page. But there's old Rennet d'America and the Rennet de Bretagne and of Champagne, France. And yeah, most of them are in red. It's like information is being lost and you won't find it. But the old rennet was red to the core. Alright, I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.